A former National Security Council spokesman during the last 3 years of the Obama administration, a CIA analyst for about 11 years. He just resigned from the CIA, saying he quit because of President Trump. Ned, you say the politicians are tuning out the intelligence community in this new Trump administration. If that's true, clearly that could be dangerous. But what evidence do you have they're tuning out the intelligence community?
Well, Wolf, it could absolutely be dangerous, and the consequences of that, I think, at this point are untold. I think the clearest indication, Wolf, was the first national security policy directive that this administration put out. This was the same directive that, at the time, removed the CIA director, removed the director of national intelligence.
But they were all brought back in subsequently to that.
The CIA director was, but only after pretty harsh criticism. And, you know, that may have well been just a salve to calm some of their critics. But to my mind, their inclination was clear. You know, the Situation Room in this administration may not have room for dissenting voices, voices who are going to call them like they see them. And that is exactly the role of the CIA director and the director of national intelligence.
But don't you believe that Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster, the new national security advisor, who is widely being praised right now, wants the best intelligence, not only from the CIA, but 15 or 16 other U.S. intelligence agencies? Don't you have confidence that he wants great intelligence?
I certainly believe that. I have no reason to doubt that. I've never met General McMaster, but I've only heard the best things about him from many colleagues I respect. But look, you can have all of the inputs you want, and voices can be incorporated in parts of the policy process, but it's the output that really matters. And I think what we've seen during the course of the 4 weeks or so that the Trump administration has been in office, that the inputs are given short shrift, and the outputs are manufactured almost exclusively by a small group of advisors who are around the president, very few of whom, in my opinion, have foreign policy and national security credentials.
Well, General Mattis does, the Secretary of Defense, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, and I hope that people like General Mattis will be actively involved in the policymaking process, and that their voices will be listened to.
What about Mike Pompeo, the new CIA director? He's pretty widely respected.
So, you know, Director Pompeo is someone who has experience with intelligence from his time on the House Permanent Select Committee. I've heard good things from those who have worked closely with him. You know, in some ways it was a pick that ran counter to the nonpartisan nature of previous CIA directors. But if Congressman Pompeo, if Director Pompeo now can cast aside his partisanness, I think he has the capacity to be an excellent CIA director.
So finally, what do you say to your former CIA colleagues, your friends who are still serving in the agency? Should they stay or should they go?
This was not meant to be a recommendation to any of my now former colleagues. This was the personal decision that I came to, and came to very reluctantly. I certainly understand those who are staying in place, and frankly, I certainly hope there are good people who remain, who will not only offer their best advice and expertise to this administration, but will, when appropriate, be a check on power in an appropriate way. So I am certainly not encouraging them to take one course or another. This was a decision that I thought was best for me. This was the way that I thought that I could most effectively serve the American people, which is what I initially signed up to do.
Ned Price joining us. Ned, thanks very much, former CIA analyst.